So, Lord of the Rings Online absolutely slaps, and I want to talk about it because this is a game I've been playing for a while now, and I just have to make a video on it because it's just so incredible. Um, Hi, I'm not exactly cool. I'm a small Twitch streamer and content creator. If you've seen my videos before, you know I play a ton of games. I'm not really pigeonholed to any one like genre or anything, but I really just wanted to give you my perspective on this game. If you're on the fence about maybe trying this out or like a little scared off by the free to play stuff, um, stick around because this video will be for you. I'm just going to talk and show you gameplay of this video so you really just get to the meat and potatoes of what actually is this game without getting like super overwhelmed by like a video just kind of showing you everything at once. You know what I mean? And also, if you're just a consumer of Lord of the Rings Online content and you're here for that, welcome, weary traveler. I must say, you are looking fine today. Anyways, so let's get into it, right? So, I'm level 25 in this game. And it has taken me actually a very long time to get to level 25 because I keep getting distracted by this game. So, let's cover the basics, right? So, when I created this character, I created a man, I created a class called Champion. From what I understand, he's one of the easier classes to learn, and his class is pretty easy in combat, but it's still really freaking fun, and he's a powerhouse of a machine. He's like a one-man raiding party, because he's like DPS, and he's area of effect, and he has a bunch of heals coming in, and the way I have him spec'd out, he's just impossible to kill. Like, he could just tank shit. But, yeah, so let's start with the basics, right? So in this game, it's a little different from your traditional MMO where, you just kind of focus on questing in areas, picking up all the quests, doing all the quests, getting all the loot, moving on from one area to the next. There is still a lot of that in this game. But this one's more focused on, let me pull up the quest log. This is something you kind of use a lot. This one's more focused on the epic storyline, which makes this just dope. So you basically follow the events of the Lord of the Rings, but you do it in a perspective of like one of the dudes from the sideline who's really making a big impact and like helping pave the way so that, the actual heroes of the story can do their thing. And the way it's played out is awesome because this game is through and through Tolkien. This is not like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. This is like the work of Tolkien in video game form to its purest possible form. I mean, it's Tolkien as fuck. Let me explain a little bit. So if we look at the map, for example, everything that is in this game, and it's like almost the whole Middle Earth, by the way, everything that is in this game is exactly like one-to-one as Tolkien described in the books. And I discovered this because after playing this game for a while, I was like, man, like I want to go back and read Lord of the Rings. And I've been doing it. And it's crazy because like if you go into Bree lands, like you have Archet here, you have Combe, Breetown, Shetwood, the Midgewater Marsh, whatever. Everything is geographically exactly where it's supposed to be in the book. And the craziest thing is like, and I'll show it, I'll go travel, but like the Prancing Pony and Bree, it is exact description. Like it looks exactly like Tolkien describes it in the book. And that's everything in this game. All the lore, everything is dead lore accurate, which it's Lord of the Rings, so that's automatically like sweet. But yeah, we'll travel to Bree. I'll show you that, and I'll show you like the Prancing Pony and stuff. But yeah, as far as role playing goes, this is role playing. So I'm in the Shire. You may have noticed, but give you an idea of this game. Like I said, I'm just gonna talk, show gameplay, and just show you the meat and potatoes of it. So I recently bought a house in the Shire. A nice house, and this is my house, right? I am hold on, let me go back out to the main road here, right? This is Oh, it's probably not going to show me, but I have a house number. Yeah, 3 Brookbane Street, home of Cyro. All these other houses in this little neighborhood are other players' houses. I have a little neighborhood. I just started, so my house is very barren. It's empty, but you can like customize and decorate everything. Like, let me turn decoration mode on so you can see. Yeah, like you could move stuff around. You can put It's very in depth. I'm not gonna dwell on that too much, but yeah, there's housing in this game and it's cool. And there's like different locations. Like you can have a house in Gondor. You can have a house in the, you know, near the mines of Moria. I think. I don't know. I'm still relatively new because I'm like level 25, but it's taken me a long time to get there, and that's not a bad thing. But yeah, so this is my cozy little neighborhood. You know, like other MMOs, I've got a nice little horse. But let's go to Bree. So we could travel there on foot if we wanted to, but I'm not going to do it for this video. If you played World of Warcraft, this ability right here basically is your Hearthstone. So I have it mapped to the prancing pony. So we're going to go ahead and he's going to point at the ground. And we're going to go to the prancing pony. I'm just going to show you that real quick. Just show you Bree a little bit. And hopefully discover some of the things that are really cool about this game. So we're in Bree. This is actually great because this guy right here is a perfect example of why this game is cool. So a lot of MMOs, you may notice like when you're playing it, it's like the game has been fleshed out so much that like progression leveling is way too fucking easy. In this game, they've solved that by adding this little NPC guy and like most starting points in town. You talk to him and it's kind of like Diablo. You can set the difficulty. So I've got mine on Fearless. That's perfect because that feels like classic WoW or solo craft. You know, it's about that difficulty. If you start going any higher, you need to queue up with a party because shit gets crazy. You know, I don't know exactly how they handle the difficulty. I think they like debuff your attacks and like make the enemies have more hit points or something. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, that is a big thing because it makes every combat situation very interesting. And speaking of combat, so this is my champion, right? So he is definitely a melee master, dude. He's kind of like a warrior in World of Warcraft, but he builds up fervor, kind of like rage. I get into an attack with somebody. My typical rotation right now, like how I handle enemies, is I do this Horn of Champions right here. It's an area of effect attack that demoralizes nearby enemies, does a little bit of damage, reduces their damage for a little bit of time. And then I hit them with a Blade Wall, which is another area of attack, which literally like, so it's 2 attacks, but you know, it reduces the physical mitigation and reduces outgoing damage by 6. So it makes you already kind of harder to kill. And then I have my typical attacks, which build fervor, which is kind of like rage, right? Like a melee attack, which, you know, 27 to 36 damage. You know, it adds, you know, like right over here, this little bar, like empty bars, these are my fervor. You can fill it all the way up to 5, and it's kind of like powering up, and you can use powerful moves. But I'll hit him with the Swift Strike and this Wild Attack. These 2 build my fervor. And then, you know, I'll usually hit them with like a Feral Strike, which is kind of like a finisher or powerful. And then if they're close to dying, the Merciful Strike usually finishes them off. But here's the kicker with this class that's just bananas. The healing capabilities, like, dude, I can tank hard. Like, so I have sudden defense, right? And that, you know, gives me a bubble of protection, like a shield. And, you know, as it says here, you know, applies a damage preventing bubble, granting like 175 temporary morale. Morale in this game, I believe, is supposed to be the health, and then increases your melee damage a little bit. So it's really hard to damage your character when this is on. And these recharge, and this other one, Bracing Attack, you know, you do 2 quick attacks, but my character glows green, and he gets most of his health back right there. Like, that's a get out of jail free card right there. Keeps you alive. Like, you just don't die. And then my other one that I've been using, it just every 2 seconds restores 3% of your maximum morale. I rotate between these 3 healing abilities and my shouts. Dude, I just don't die. But anyways, that's enough of like, breakdown on like my attack moves and stuff like that. And then of course I can remove diseases, fear, poison, and break out of any shackles or anything holding me back. But yeah, here's the prancing pony. So it has like 2 wings over here. And I thought, when I was logging in, I was like, it's kind of a weird design for the prancing pony. But then when I went back and read Lord of the Rings, I was like, oh, that's exactly how Tolkien described it. And it's just, that's really cool. But yeah, I'm going to move on because I want to keep this video kind of going here so you get more of an idea. Questing is similar but very different. Very, very different. Than other MMOs, because other MMOs you want to pick up all the quests to do them, which you can do in this game, but you'll quickly like out level an area. What I've been doing is I will focus on the main storyline and I read all of the quests. This is very different from other MMOs. The quests are beautifully written. It feels like you're in the Lord of the Rings. It's so worth reading everything in this game. But I usually only fuck with like the main story. And then I'll do a couple side quests if like they have like gear that I need or want, or if they're given good rewards, something like that. But where this game I feel like shines, where I just am doing endless grinding in this game, and it's grinding that I want to do, is in the traits. So I kill hundreds and hundreds of enemies in this game just specifically so that I can level up my character's stats. Like, I'm kind of going for this. Let me back up a little bit here. Let me show you my character, right? So my character, he's kind of modeled a little bit after Rand al'Thor from the Wheel of Time book series. So I got him dressed up in some red garb and, some armor, whatever. Real quick, I'm just going to show this, get this out of the way, because this is just kind of a cool thing. This is what I'm actually wearing, but there's cosmetic options. Like, you can really tweak everything. You can have an outfit that you want. You can go crazy with the cosmetics in this game, and appear as if you're wearing something, but in actuality, that's my armor. That's what I'm actually wearing right now. But yeah. Anyways, so back to the traits. So you've got these traits. You can equip like 5 different traits that give you crazy buffs, like 35 resistance rating, stuff like that. The ones I've been working on lately to give my character kind of a Sword Art Online feel where I just don't die, like I could just solo things. I did Idealism. That's the newest one I've been working on. Gives you plus 13 incoming healing and then maximum morale and fate. And then also Loyalty, which gives you plus 8 incoming healing and maximum morale. And then I want to do the rest of them. Like this one's 0.401 in combat morale regen, and like, yeah, I just want to be really hard to kill. But the questing, where this ties into questing is, so you've got your regular, quest, and you can do all the other quests. But what I find myself doing most of the time now is working on something called deeds. And this is a great way to talk about, if you're scared about the free-to-play model, don't be. It's fine. Like, as far as other games go, like this one is you really don't ever need to spend money in this game if you don't want to. But deeds, let me show you. It's kind of like Quest, but like crazy ones. Like Brood Hunter. Let's see, what is this? It'll have you like kill a bunch of things. Like, it'll get to the point where you need to kill like 150 of one specific mob. And after you do it, you get in-game currency, like the premium currency in this game. And you're going to be doing a lot of deeds if you want to max out your stats and become like real powerful. You'll get like in-game currency, and then you get these marks. I don't know too much about that just yet. Still learning the game, but you get virtue experience, which is how you level up your character stats, which is separate from your, your typical like RPG game. This is your typical RPG game where you can, increase your critical chance, things like that. But traits, on the other hand, are a totally different. They're improving your base stats, and they can only be leveled up by doing these deeds. So like I've been leveling in the Weathertop area, and I've just been mowing down dudes left and right. Orcs, rats, bats, all of them. I've been earning titles. I've been doing all that, and that's taken up like most of my questing. And then I get to a high enough level where I'm like, all right, I should probably be doing the main quest. But yeah. So let me see. We're going to go on a little adventure. I feel like this video is going to end up being long, but it's worth it. It's worth it. This game's really cool. Oh, while I'm in Bree... Damn, that dude's dripped out. Let's see if we can find a... There may or may not be. One thing that is really cool is the community in this game. So, like, I may not come across anybody, but... there's instruments in this game. In fact, the priest class in this game is a bard, and you can heal people with song and playing a lute, or you can sing them to death. That's fantastic. But the instruments in this game, you can actually keybind the notes to your keyboard, and you can play songs. You can play instruments and just play songs and just noodle around with them like it's a freaking MIDI. And there's this thing that happens quite a lot in this game where a band will come together, like players, and they have plans, they've rehearsed, and they'll go into town somewhere and they'll just set up shop and just start playing a gig, and players will stop, they'll come and they'll just listen, and it's like a whole live concert. Whenever I see it, that stuff is bananas. But yeah, let's get to some actual gameplay here so you can kind of see how this game operates. So we're in Bree. This is kind of like my home point, because I always end up coming back to Bree for one reason or another in my current journey. Oh, actually, we're going the wrong way. I'm going to head towards Weathertop, because that's where I've been currently questing and grinding, and just kind of show you Weathertop a little bit and show you how one gets around in LOTRO. So there's probably a faster way to get there, but you travel around by horses, kind of like in World of Warcraft. You have griffins, but they're horses. But this is a great way to just kind of explore the world, show you the beauty of what this is. Go through the inn gates. It's nighttime. There's a nice little day-night cycle. Oh yeah, the water in this game has no business looking as good as it does. I hope we come across some like huge areas of water so I can show you that. This is what I was talking about, right? Here's a full concert happening. I'm glad I caught this on camera. They're probably gonna start. Let's hang out for a second and watch this. They're probably gonna start playing. If they don't, I'm gonna fuck off. But let me get off my horse and set off some... Oh, I can set off some fireworks from here. There we go. Pew! Pew, 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 pew. But anyways, yeah, they're in between songs. But yeah, you can see how many players there are. People take this shit seriously. Alright, we're gonna go at the west gate here, and we're gonna travel up the road. And I'm going to find my dude hiding in a shack and travel over to Weathertop. And then we'll kind of make this video come to a close here. But, the purpose of this video is just to play the game and show you kind of what to expect, what it looks like. But while we're traveling, this is a great time to talk about why this game isn't like traditional MMOs. you get distracted all the time by crafting mostly, and by deeds is what I found. How far am I? Oh yeah, I still gotta go way up here. Yeah, like I'll be like, all right, I need to get through the main story, I need to level up and whatever, but then I'll realize, oh shit, I gotta level up my crafting and stuff, and I'll go on a tangent for hours, just running around the land, searching for ore, going back to town, smithing, and the crafting is so much more rewarding in this than other MMOs, and when you're killing mobs and stuff, you just pick up recipes, like epic recipes with like crazy stats and stuff on the regular. You know, you don't need to go to an auction house and pay a bunch of gold for somebody's recipe. You just, mobs drop them on a regular, like good ones. And they also drop a lot of good gear and stuff. All right, I think my dude is in the shack. He's somewhere up the road over here. He's got to be up the hill here. Did I miss him? Did I ever shoot him? Oh, yeah. Sir Dean's cabin. He's over here. I overshot him. No worries. That's a lot of what this game is just kind of relaxing and immersing yourself in the world of Tolkien. Now, in regards to like the free-to-play system in this game, it is really good. You really don't ever need to upgrade. The only major caveat is like the bag space runs out pretty quick, and then you got to run into town and sell everything, and you know, you don't get access to all the content. You get access to a ton of it, but not all of it. But honestly, that doesn't matter because there's so much damn content in this game that it doesn't matter. Plus, you do these deeds and you earn Lord of the Rings online points. And, like, you know, if I open up the store, like, it's very realistic to earn enough in-game currency to buy the expansions. So, like, you really never need to pay for it. I personally went VIP and canceled my Game Pass over this game because I loved it so much. And it gives you some really nice perks, and it's not really that popular of an MMO, and I kind of wanted to support it. But yeah, this is one of the guys. He's like this ranger, and I'm going to travel, go visit another ranger, but you can kind of see like this is the Griffin system, sort of, and we're going to travel all the way across Breetown, past the Midgewater Marshes, into the Lone Lands, where Weathertop is, and that'll just show you one classic monument in the Lord of the Rings universe. And I think we'll probably end it on there. You know what's funny is, like, you see him running, his nuts have to hurt so bad. I mean, look at that. Just bam, 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 bam. Literally nuts of steel. The world is beautiful too. Like, one thing I noticed about this game that's a little different from other MMOs is the way they handle the terrain, because it's very lore accurate to the books, but the way they handle the terrain is so much more believable than other MMOs I've seen. Like, a lot of the places, like, I can really see, like, this is probably really how a real world location might actually look, how hills in this area might actually look. Eastern Breelands. Where are we traveling about? Oh yeah, we're actually slipping above Archit over here. I see. Oh, I see. We're gonna pass through Shetwood a little bit. Yeah. Look at the little bear. There's lots of stuff to just stop and look at. Let's see, I wonder if I can open my crafting panel, show you guys that a little bit. Yeah. So I went with Weaponsmith for my character, and Prospector. I don't really use Woodworker. I'll probably choose something else, but yeah, I just wander around searching for ores, mining them like you do in any other game, like this barrow iron deposit, and then I refine them into ingots. I can refine them into special ingots, level up my proficiency, learn better You know, now I can forge rich iron ingots, and then weaponsmith. You know, you can see I have a lot of options when it comes to crafting, and the crafting in this game, like, you'll use the weapons you craft. Like, forge steel axe. You know, this is a level 20 axe, and I honestly just found this recipe just killing mobs. And if you look at it, it's a one-handed axe that honestly is better than one of the ones I have equipped. Gives you nice stats and everything. But yeah, it's super nice. You can craft all kinds of things. It's very similar to other MMOs, but I think it's, you know, a little bit more love and care has been shown here than your other traditional MMOs. This must be Shetwood. Yeah, going through Shetwood right now. Oh, what's cool is this game has a built-in, like, questy. So it automatically tracks things for you. It's relatively easy to find what you're looking for. My quest log is atrocious, but it's filled with all kinds of reputation quests, because I was thinking about being well-known among the Shire, and deeds like Barrow-wights. You know, I may go back to the Barrow Downs, which are very accurate from the book. Like, where the old forest is over here near Buckland. Tom Bombadil is definitely in this game, and you go into the Barrow Downs, and it's crazy. I mean, it's some spooky shit. But here we are in Weathertop land. So let me see what. Let me wait till the map recognizes I'm here. Just kind of show you this area. There's so many orcs here. I just did a deed recently where I killed like over 150 birds. It's just a massacre. I do a lot of massacring in this game just to do the deeds to level up my character traits. Look at this ugly bastard. There we go. Nope. Come on, map. There is swift traveling in this game. This is one of the longer travel points, so this is definitely taking a while, but now entering the Weathering Hills. Okay, so that's the region. But this area over here, this is Weathertop from the books. We'll pass by close enough to see it. It's epic. This is what the orcs look like. The white hand grunt. Oh, too bad it's nighttime. You should see the water. It's so pretty. Here we are traveling up this nice little path here. And that over there is Weathertop. It's a nice little winding path up there. It's crazy, it's epic. It's got a nice little wind around path that goes all the way up to the top. It's just a beautiful world. But yeah, this is Lord of the Rings in a nutshell. I think I've covered it enough. This is kind of a long video. My retention on this probably isn't going to be great. But I just wanted to show you some straight up gameplay. You know, if you're interested, I'll do more combat videos and more other stuff in this game. But just kind of like a, what is this game? That's kind of what this is. If you're on the fence, do give it a try. It's free. There's so much content. If you like Lord of the Rings, you can't go wrong here. It's just a really great experience. And the community here is freaking awesome. Like, I've encountered several people who just give me free stuff, and they're just happy I'm here. But anyways, thanks for watching. Come find me on stream. I play a ton of games, not just this, but like, you know, Forza and Halo, Call of Duty, Half-Life, all kinds of stuff. Come chat with me. Let's be friends, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thanks. Bye.